Hello everyone. Standard 9 History Lesson number 3 India's internal challenges. Regionalism is one of the challenges India has been facing with. Regionalism means having excessive pride about one's region. It is one thing to introduce oneself as a Bengali or a Marathi person. But if I think that because I am a Bengali or a Marathi, I am superior to others from other provinces, it can be termed as excessive regional pride. The love for one's province turns morbid due to this kind of an excessive regional pride. It is natural to feel love for one's province, but it should not become abnormal. So, if a person has pride, respect for his state or for his region, it is natural. If a Marathi person is having respect for Maharashtra, it is natural. But when a person starts thinking his state, his region superior to others, or he considers other states inferior to his, then it is called regionalism. Regionalism thrives on regional imbalance in development. In the post-independence period, some states achieved more progress. Now let us see who are the states who are economically and industrially advanced. Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab, Tamil Nadu. These states have done improvement or development in the economic and industrial sectors. Okay. Now, Odisha, Bihar, Assam, these are the economically and industrially undeveloped states. Now, let us see what happens. The people belonging to undeveloped or economically backward states, they think that deliberately or purposefully injustice has been done with them. Okay, and due to the same, they do not respect or they hate the people or the citizens living in developed states, okay, of the same country. And this is the biggest threat to the national unity. It should not happen actually, but it happens, okay, and it happens because of their problems regarding education, backwardness, unemployment, poverty. Okay, and even we might have seen that the workers from backward economically and industrially backward states are migrating to the developed states. Okay, one of the examples is Biharis. Okay, migration to Maharashtra just for work, in search of work, in search of employment. Now, regionalism can affect development as well as undeveloped states. The people of developed states begin to believe that they are superior due to their superior history and culture, and hence they have developed that much. Then they begin to look down upon the people of underdeveloped regions. They are not willing to share the benefits of development with the backward states. On the other hand, the people from backward areas need to arouse their regional identity to organize themselves. For this, they try to unnecessarily glorify local traditions and culture to prove their uniqueness. This leads to regionalism. It endangers national unity. The evil of regionalism can be tackled by reducing the imbalance in development. So, due to this imbalance in economic and industrial development, even the economically advanced states have better educational facilities, okay, better medical facilities we might have seen. And as the students from advanced states get better education, they get easy employment, okay, in their own states. On the other hand, the economically backward states don't provide better education facilities to their students, okay, students from their states. And due to the same, many of the people belonging to underdeveloped states, okay, they are not educationally as good as the others or the developed states. Okay, and people living in developed states start considering themselves superior, and they think that due to their history, culture, okay, they are superior to others. And people from backward or underdeveloped states, they consider themselves inferior to others, and they start hating them. Okay, and to arouse their regional identity, okay, to organize themselves, they start unnecessarily glorifying, okay, unnecessarily giving importance to their traditions, culture, so that they can unite their people to compete with the people from developed states, okay, or to show that they are better than or they are not less than the people living in developed states. So in this way we have studied a few challenges that India is facing. But apart from these challenges, overpopulation is the biggest threat to our country, but it is not widely discussed, or this point has not been taken into consideration in this lesson. This is my objection actually, because due to the overpopulation we have been facing almost all the problems, okay, because unemployment, poverty, okay, crime, then slums, all these problems are due to overpopulation. And actually it was necessary to discuss this point in detail. Doesn't matter, cleanliness, agriculture, and other problems of farmers, poverty, housing, food, many problems we have been facing with. Some of the points we have discussed in detail, and some of the points you are supposed to discuss in detail. Thank you very much.